Right, let's have a look at the grid. It's a lovely short preamble today. The instructions are lovely and short. Something funny is going on with 9 of this puzzle's clue answers. They take on a life of their own in the diagram. In all, clue answers include 13 capitalised words. That seems like a lot. 17 across and 34 across are not common. I will forget that when I get to them. So something funny is going on with 9 of the answers. So all will be revealed when we get the answers in the grid. Allow me first to go with all the clues, and then when I get stuck, over to you. Here we go. Make quite an impact on bay tree. Make quite an impact on bay tree. Ding, dent, slam, on bay. Oh, that could be howl. To bay is to howl. Tree. I bet if I were Hex, I would make one across a shenanigan clue. It's not the clue though, is it? It's just the answers. Something funny is going on with the answers, so the clues feel normal. Well, I've not got one across. Hollow's got it. Let's move on to 5 across, because I could do this one. Broken chord in funny opera gig. Broken chord in funny opera gig. I've got this one. So I'll give that a few seconds. Broken chord in funny opera gig. It's an anagram. Stephen and Hollow got it. Go for it. It's an anagram. But it's not chord that's broken. That's the definition. Opera gig is your anagram. And it's an anagram of arpeggio, which must be... Ooh, an arpeggion. It's like an accordion. That must be a broken chord in music, and that gives us that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I'm just going to check my paper copy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ha! Well, if I had to guess, it's going to be harpeggio. H-A, because ha, H-A, is a syllable for a laugh, but then harpeggio wouldn't be a word. But that's my current guess. We're going to add an H to the front to make it laugh. I don't know. Anyway, it's a shenanigan clue, so let's turn it... and let's not turn it yellow yet, because I haven't put it in the grid, but I will put a couple of asterisks to remind myself. Actress in fashion turned around for all viewers. Actress in fashion turned around for all viewers. For all viewers. Now, I forget, is it A for all for you? Because for us, it's U for universal. But I seem to remember it was a different letter for the US. G, thank you. In that case, I think I might have it. Is there an actress called Bragg? All I can think of is Melvyn Bragg, who's an art critic in the UK. But fashion is garb. And backwards you get Bragg, and then G for all viewers. But is there an actress called Bragg? That's my next thing, and I'm now checking the 5, and it's got to go in here. What? Not famous enough though. Fashion, style, chic. Yeah, Garbo, yeah. But O is not for all viewers. Well, Archie, you're making me wonder. No, it's this grid. It is honestly this grid. Looks the same. So, yeah, it's Wisecracks. It says Wisecracks there. Not that it's in focus. Navy occupying a transatlantic ship. Navy occupying a transatlantic ship. This one is 4 letters and has a 4-letter slot. So I think we're just getting 2 shenanigan clues on the trot. Navy is usually N. Occupying A. Transatlantic and then ship. Navy's the no, occupying. No, good to come back to this one. This is going really well. Really well. Canadian Victor having 1-leg game. Canadian Victor having 1-leg game. V for Victor, possibly in NATO alphabet. Unless, of course, it's a famous person called Victor who's Canadian, but then you would want Victor to be capitalised. Okay. Whilst I remember, I'm putting a question mark on this one because we're not convinced. One leg game is 10 letters. Leg is a step, part of a journey, a limb, game. Game. What games are 11 letters? Okay. Not getting that. Moving on to 15, and this is where your knowledge is going to come in handy if you're in the US. NFL team drops centre for NBA team. So I'm after a nickname or the name of an NFL team. Take out the middle letter of it, and you get an NBA team. So we need a 7-letter NFL team. Clue 12 is the wrong size as well. No, it's not. Clue 12 is here. It's 4 letters. 13 is those. 13, yes. Something funny is going on with 9 of the puzzle clue answers. We've already hit 3 very, very quickly. NFL team, NBA team. I know none of these. So if you do know NFL teams that it could be or NBA teams, let me know immediately. I'm happy to be told on that one. The Chiefs become the Chiefs. Packers to Pacers, thank you. I'll believe Arch. So the Packers becomes the Pacers. So we're going to put that in. And that is the first thing we've got in the grid. And it's all down to Arch. Thank you, Arch. Thank you for coming. 17 across, which is not common. Solitary state of net connecting Sunday school. Net connected. So does that mean sort of online? So E something or other. So E, S for Sunday, and then you need a 6-letter school. Escolage for college. E, S. But I think it'll start with ES. Poor Indiana. Yeah. But I think that'll start ES and then we'll move on to the rest of whatever the school is. Cries for small comment at a letter's end. Cries for small comment at a letter's end. Now, the last time we did a hex, which was a couple of weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, we marvelled at how straightforward the clues were. Not so today. Small is S. Cries for small comment, and letter's end is going to be R. So is it going to be small comment? I mean, thank goodness Arch is here. He's the only one who's managed to solve a single clue. That's not true. I've seen the other gots that have been in the chat, but I've just chosen to ignore them. Comment at a letter's end. How about that? Comment at a letter's end, so like PS. First letter, please, here. Let's get this second word into the grid. I've got Wales at the moment, W-A-I-L-S, but comment could be an out loud thing, could be said, couldn't it? Cries for Wales. Small cries for small could be we. Comment at letter. Yes! Ah, there we go. We is small. Comment at a letter's end is PS. I was getting there. And then that makes cries. There we go. Thank goodness I've actually managed to solve a clue. Admittedly, with your help. But I'll take it. Supply water to the yard haphazardly. Supply water to the yard haphazardly. I've got this one, though. Got this one. I'm all over this one. Go for 20. It's an anagram again. Basically, it's a straightforward clue, so I can solve it. It's towards the easier end for me. It's an anagram of the yard, and it means to supply water, which is to hydrate. Hydrate. Therody. I went to Therody today, and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. Covers poor class of flyers. Covers poor class of flyers. So class of flies, they're going to be like AVs, like AVES. Yeah, P is poor. Like in, I don't know why P is poor, but it's got to be. Because if you cover a patio, you pave it. P is poor. The class of flies is aves in Latin for birds. So therefore it's paves. Why is P poor? Does sound like the setup to a joke, but I'm genuinely asking. Why is P poor? Do let me know. Because Q8, 9 or whatever grading. Fair enough. F is favourite. I always got F for favourite, right? I was teacher's pet, so F for favourite. Expressions of doubt about recent boosters. Expressions of doubt about recent boosters. 7 letters. Like ums or ers or sort of hesitation sounds about recent. If it's recent, it's new, maybe. Boosters. I want this to be new jabs. Recent boosters, new jabs. But new jabs is not expressions of doubt. A booster could be a pep, like a pep talk. I do appreciate that, man, because there's it's doing the same thing, but it's trying to sugarcoat it, isn't it? We all know. It all does the same thing, but it's just, let's not have P for poor. Can't take it, can they? Not spine 25, let's move on to 27. Fixed tag for stiff. Fixed tag for stiff. Yes, I've got this one. I think this is quite a tricky clue, in my opinion. It's just very compact and dense. It is technically very straightforward, but I think the things that you need to think of are quite difficult. I've got it. There are 2 I's in the answer to this clue. 2 letter I's. So that's just to prove that I've got it. Go for it in the chat then. Go for 27. If you fix an election, what do you do? Other than don't go to jail, apparently, these days. You rig it. So fix is rig and it tags are your IDs. So rig ID. And if you're stiff, you are rigid. You are correct, catnip. 30. Act very contrary in hurry for garden plant. Act very contrary in hurry for garden plant. We're going to need a garden plant, I feel, for the definition. There's 8 spaces in the grid, so if it is a shenanigan clue, it's shenaniganing to the same length. We've got 3 so far, so came across them all very quickly, didn't we? Act very contrary feels like anagram of act very, but then what's in hurry doing? Hurry could be ASAP or stat. Very contrary could be anagram of very, but then what is act doing if that's the case? I'm trying to work out what act is doing. If you act, you play, you roll, it's an act. It's a... What do you think the first letter is, Stephen? Oh. If you hurry, you race. So... what plants are like that? It's a bit of an arbitrary split. The A could go at the end or the C could go at the start. Second letter, please. Good work. Well done, your brain. 4. I mean, an act is a role. Is it... Next letter, please. Very contrary. What is going on with that? It's going to be something to do with the rose. No, next. Here we go. Give me the next letter. You're all getting it now. I'm not spotting it. There's your rose. Fine. Rose what, though? Hurry for garden plant. Rose race. Act very contrary. Where? There's no anagram in any of this so far. Next letter, please. And make it a good one. Rose buds. Rose bush. Rose bush. Now. Rush. Rush is hurry. Now act very contrary. So it's something backwards. Okay, if you act, you be, and if something's very such and such, it's so. It was a very boring crossword. It was a so boring crossword. That's all backwards. BESO in rush. Thank you very much. Oh my goodness, I needed the help there. I would have got it in the end, but only with about 5 crossing letters. 31 across. Rough series of classes in speaking. Rough series of classes in speaking. So a series of classes, that like a module, a session. It's going to mean rough. So course. A course, it sounds like a course, doesn't it? Of course it is. And it's going to be that way round, I think. A horse is a horse. Good for Arch. I do get why you're saying that. Photographer's urge about the French saint. Photographer's urge about the French saint. So the French will be le or la or le. Le la or le. Photographer's urge. Snapper. Photographer is a snapper. Paparazzi. Paparazzo to be singular. Urge about the French. Didn't there? Wasn't it? Wasn't a UK thing. Not gonna have to come back to 32, but we do know there's a shenanigan happening because it's 9 letters long, and that's not 9. That is 13 letters long. Spring meadow with first sign of petunias. That is a lovely clue, just because I really like the surface. It is not too difficult, in my opinion. Not too bad, and it is spring right now, so yay, bring it on. Bring on the petunias. I'll give it a few seconds for 33. A few of you are getting it. I would like to give this to a couple of specific people, if that is okay. Let's give it to Bloody Violet and Manic Volcanic. Let's give it to you two. The others of you, you'll get your turn. Look before you leap. Yeah, Lee is a meadow, which I've never used in normal conversation. Just walk along that meadow, walk along that Lee. I've never used that word, ever, in a conversation. And then first sign of petunias is P, and you get a leap. That is normal, okay. This one is not common. Egyptian denomination for that Thor. No. That Thor, Orly, and that's got to be thoroughly. I think there's just a typo there. I'm just going to check the clue. For that thoroughly modern lady and myself. Okay. It's a typo in the base clue, so it's not me making a mistake. It's a typo in there. Now. Is that a thing? A millime. Is that a thing? Because there's thoroughly modern millie. That's a phrase that's in my head. I don't know why. It's probably a play or a book or something like that. And myself is me. So is there a millime? Let's look it up in the dictionary. Let's have a look. Millie. I don't even know how you say it, but it is in Chambers. A coin representing 1,000th of a basic unit of currency, as in Egypt and also in Tunisia. And how is it said?
Milliam.
Milliam. Milliam.
Milliam.
Milliam.
Milliam.
Milliam. 1,000th of a pound. There we go. Is it a shenanigan clue though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, that one is normal. Foulest dives opening on Jackson Street. Foulest dives opening on Jackson Street. Okay, so it's going to be that. D for dives opening. It's the first letter of dive. Street is ST. And then we're going to have on Jackson. The wordplay for on Jackson going in the middle. So on could well be on. And then we'd need a 4-letter or 6-letter Jackson. I'm just trying to remember who are the members of the Jacksons. There's obviously Michael. There's Janet. Tito. Is there a Jermaine as well? None of these are particularly useful. Is it dirtiest? Dirtiest. No, it's only 8 letters. Very good. And good evening, Ruffle. Are you streaming today? Foulest. So we need something ending in E. What's the first name of the President Jackson? It was Andrew Jackson, wasn't it? But anyway, I think that's what's going on. It seems to be a normal clue because it's got 9 letters in the grid, but I don't know what it is. But I'm going to get rid of it for now. In a sense, smell river of Poland. It's got to be the Oder, isn't it? Yeah, because it sounds like Oder, O-D-O-R. A river in Poland is Oder, O-D-E-R. And it sounds like Oder, O-D-O-R. So I think that is Oder, O-D-E-R. Okay, over to the Downs. Asked about hooter like a cowpoke. Asked about hooter. Well, if the hooter is owl, that'll go there. Like a cowpoke. Be something owled. Asked. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Normal. Like a cowpoke. I'm going to have to look up what cowpoke is. I assumed it was like a cattle prod, but I may be entirely wrong. Cowpoke. It's just a cowboy. Okay. No, going to have to come back to that one. Arena is arranged for European rockets. Arena is arranged for European rockets. Okay, right. Delving into my history here. It's like, I think it's that Arianas, but spelt like that. A-R-I-A-N-E-S. I think that's right. Good. Funny enough, having that E there was actually very helpful for that one. So it's an anagram of arena it's a range, so it's an anagram of that. And those are just some old European rockets. Think they're old anyway. I don't think they're in use anymore, but who knows? Who knows? And you've got one down, but I've moved on, so you're all a loser. I'm so sorry. 1 piece of stone fireplace. 1 piece of stone fireplace. Doesn't look like it's a hidden. I know that's a subtle hint, Catus, and I don't know what the answer is, so that is very good. 1 piece of stone, a slab, a slate, a pebble, a rock, a stone, grit, sand. Okay, first letter, please. I'm safe. Did I reset the counter? I reset the counter, that's fine. Did really well last week. S. Okay, a piece of stone could be S. And a fireplace, so a grate, a hearth. So I want it to be one, united, not divided. That's what I'm currently thinking. Second letter, please. I'm assuming it's ST. Let's find out. It is not. Oh, it's the weird one. An ingle or an inglenook. That is the weird word for a fireplace. That's really hard to know that. So an ingle is a fireplace. A piece of stone is S. So S, ingle, gets single. A single is 1. Perfect Key by German composer. Perfect Key by German composer. This is a shenanigan clue. This has more than 8 letters going down. Perfect Key by German composer. If the answer is a German composer, I need an 8-letter German composer. So I can't think of any of them off the top of my head. All I can think of is Beethoven, that's 9. Just can't think of any German composers. G-flat Wagner. That's good, but it's not right. Bach, yes. Yeah. Did he write a lot of eulogies, EWE, because it sounds like a sheep, you know, but no. Strangers like acquiring a legal claim. Like acquiring legal claim. Strangers like acquiring legal claim. Yes, I've got this one. And again, I don't think this is particularly easy. Go for 5, everyone. Go for it. So the legal claim is a lien, L-I-E-N. And that's quite a tricky word in my opinion. Like is as, which always annoys me. I don't know why, but that always annoys me. Put lien in as. You get aliens. Those are your strangers. Capital Churches lost congregation members. Capital Churches lost congregation members. Why is there an H at the bottom of that? That's a horrible letter to have at the end of a 6-letter word. Capital. Okay, hang on. Okay. Churches last. Okay, so churches last is H. And so congregation members is the definition. So like a throng, a clutch maybe? Capital. So I need either a capital city that's 5 letters like Paris. How about Paris? Let's use Paris, shall we? Go for this one in the chat. I am accidentally, Catnip, drinking caffeinated coffee. I did not mean to make a caffeinated beverage, because now I'll be up forever. Whoops. But it was a case of I only realised as I was sitting down, and I can't be bothered to remake it. So, I'll still be up at 2 a.m. Never mind, I can finish my book. Finishing the first book of The Expanse series. I'm very much enjoying it. I've not seen any of the show, The Expanse, but I've heard that the books are really good, so I'm reading the books. Just finished the first one, or about to finish the first one tonight. Really enjoying it. It's parish. We'll always have parish. Okay, did it go downhill after a couple of seasons? Was it 4 in the end? Because it started on Netflix, didn't it, and then moved over to Amazon Prime. Excuse me 1 second whilst I interrupt the regularly scheduled proceedings for this very important announcement. What clue is it? This is 7 down. If this is a kind of 7 up, this clue is 7 down. Yes. Rapidly. So, okay, fair enough. I won't bother watching it then. The only thing at the moment I'm finding is that I can't quite tell the characters apart. Like, I can't tell just who is this person? What's the name of that person? So I need probably to just look at a picture of them to help me visualise them a little bit better. But that's that. Actor with leading pair of romantic poets. Actor with leading pair of romantic poets. Okay. Bards. Is there robards? Is that an actor? Now, bards are poets. The leading pair of romantic are R-O. So is it robar? There is. There we go. I will go with that. Robards it is. Before my... Well, just never heard of them. Just a different country, so not heard of them. Was dead when this puzzle was made. Fair enough. Snack. That's red and white with peas in rum. Tasty. Snack. That's red and white with peas in rum. Okay. I think the definition is going to be snack that's red. White is W, and peas in is going to be rum. Rum is an anagram indicator. If something's rum, it's odd. So I think it's an anagram of W, peas in. And in fact, the W is probably at the beginning. So W, peas in. Is this a thing? Is there such a thing as wine sap? Because that is an anagram that works. Wine snap. And there is. What is wine snap? Wine sap. All I can think of is Wingspan, the board game. Wine sap. It's a type of apple. Like a wine sap. So it's a red apple. There we go. Popular TV medical drama beginning to turn dull. Popular TV medical drama beginning to turn dull. The TV medical drama almost certainly will be ER. This was out in 2002. This is the peak ER-ness. Oh, popular is in. I'm just going for this one. ER is the TV medical drama. The beginning to turn is T. And if something is dull, it is inert. Sort of chemically dull. I have got some carrots in the fridge for snacking. I know, me, carrots, snacking. I haven't eaten them, and they're starting to go off. But I have them, and I did have some carrots last week, and I thought, oh, that's a really good snack, and so I bought some more, and I haven't used them. Flies without pilot and propellers. Flies without pilot and propellers. No, I am having no donuts this year. No donuts this year. It is no nut 24. No donuts this year. Flies without pilot and propellers. So flies. Oh, which would be worse? Donut flavoured carrots, because I don't think they'd actually taste very nice, or carrot flavoured donuts. That would just be awful. Yeah, heating's on here as well. Flies without pilot. So take off the first letter for flies. And propellers. Oh, hang on. Oars. Oars are things that propel. Saws. Got it. Yeah, there's been quite a lot of hail in the UK, but you're not in the UK, Arch. I don't think. I can't remember. So saws becomes oars. So there we go. Saws becomes oars when you take the first letter off. What on earth is going on with arpeggio? So it's So GG is becoming... So the GG, something is happening to that. Probably raw. Row. Interesting. I will get it. Do not say what's going on. If you've got the thing, do not say it. Coach receiving education in wood. Coach receiving education in wood. 14 down. Oh, goes here. Coach education in wood. So I'm wondering if the definition is coach, it's like tutor, teach, train. None of those have an A in the right place. Education in wood. So is the wood going to be oak, ash, elm, fir, yew? Then what's your education going to be? Like BA for a degree or MA or something? Doesn't feel right. First letter, please, for 14 down. C. Coach could be a bus, of course, but it doesn't begin with C. So car. So if that was car... What woods begin with C? Cedar. Hang on, cedar. Why would it be cedar? Ed is education and car, so it's ed in car. So education could be ed, like higher ed. There you go. Coach is a car. And you get wood, cedar. Painter and grocer go travelling around interstate. Painter and grocer go travelling around interstate. 16. Okay, so it's going to be Caravaggio or something like that, is it? Grocer go, anagram of that, because it's travelling around I for interstate. That's what I want it to be. So there, I think Correggio is there. Oh, why did I put an N at the end of that as well? Is there a painter called Correggio? I've got 10 wrong in the grid. 10 wrong in the grid. 16 down is 10 long. Yes, but it's meant to be. Oh, I see. So it is okay. Yes, I know it's a shenanigan clue. Sorry, because it's got double G in it as well. If that's the case, is there a painter called Correggio? An Italian painter, full name Antonio Allegri da Correggio. The soft, sensual style of his devotional and mythological paintings influenced the Rococo of the 18th century. Thank you very much, Oxford Dictionary of English. So that is correct, but there's a shenanigan going on, but I don't know what the shenanigan is yet. Obviously, please do not tell me. Philosopher guy with one buck, maybe, collecting 2 Gs. It all seems to be things with... Oh, is it egg? Hang on. Going to be egg instead, maybe. Do not say. 18. I'm expecting this to be a shenanigan clue because of the 2 Gs. 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, maybe not. Philosopher guy with 1 buck, maybe, collecting 2 Gs. A philosopher guy, so like head someone or other, head honer. Okay. Guy could be he, maybe HE, and then 1 would be A. Buck maybe would be deer. Okay, maybe this is a shenanigan clue. So we've got HE for guy, 1 is A buck is a deer, collecting 2 Gs. No, is there a head egger? Is that a thing? Can one be a head egger? Hedge. I want it to be hedge, maybe. Heidegger. Oh, okay. Oh, it's an actual philosopher. H-E-I-D. So 1 is I. Okay. So H-E-I, and then something is happening here, and it's all to do with eggs. My brain is scrambling to work out what's going on here. But I haven't worked it out. I haven't cracked it yet. Still containing a southern fermenting agent. Still containing a southern fermenting agent. I'm just going to go for this one straight away. It's yeast. Still is yet containing A, which is A, and S, which is southern. Yeast. Yeast is yeast. 21. Yeah, that's fine. Not actually adding anything to the puzzle there, because all those were barred off. Knocking sound. For so long maintained by a pest. I'm assuming, based on 1 and 3, 313, sorry, rat-a-tat for the knocking sound. For so long is ta-ta in rat. The pest is a rat. It's got ta-ta in the middle. Rat-a-tat. And that is 22 down. 2 clues in quick succession. I'm so sorry. I'll slow down. Continue forward, carrying relative. Continue forward, carrying relative. Ratatatouille would be the sound that it makes, wouldn't it? Ratatatouille. I'd eat some ratatatouille. Continue forward. Carrying relative. Okay. With that S there, if it isn't a shenanigan clue, then maybe cyst. Yes. Yes, it is cis. I'm even going to put cis in where I think it is. There's the cis. You need a word for forward. I don't think this means the same as forward, but it is in crosswords for some reason. That and saucy. I don't think they all mean the same thing, but these get used in a crossword interchangeably. Go for 23. Nevertheless, it is pert. Pert is forward, and it's carrying cyst. We're going to put cis in pert, and we get persist to continue. Yeah, I'm happier with saucy. I'm still not happy. Jackal's tail is more or less flexible. Jackal's tail is more or less flexible. 24 goes here. Oh, hang on. Lissom. That's a word that means flexible. Lissom. Now, it's again not a word I've ever used in conversation. Yeah, thin, supple, and graceful. So flexible is fine. Jackal's tail is L. Is. More or less, some, and you get flexible for lissom. Frosh follower. That is conveying a girl's name. What is frosh? Absolutely no idea. 26. Frosh follower. That is conveying a girl's name. So if that is his IE, okay, then we're going to want an A somewhere in here. And so we need a 3-letter thing for frosh. I think it's just a bad spelling of fresh, which, in a way, if it's for freshmen, it sort of is. Oh, hang on. Freshman, sophomore, junior, senior. So if you're after frosh, you're then a soph. That's short for sophomore. So soph, and then that is his IE, and put that all together. You can get Sophie, a girl's name. Oh, I see. Instead of freshman. Okay. Fun. Horrible, horrible word. It sounds absolutely awful and should be banned forevermore. I can't stand the word. But it's Sophie. Some Dremel tools soften again. Some Dremel tools soften again. I'm happy with this one. I'm extremely happy about this one. Go for 27. It's my favourite. Bing! It's hidden in Dremel tools. Remelt to soften again. Good Spanish for you really blew. Good Spanish for you really blew. I don't know. I don't know what the Spanish for you is, but G for good. And then blue. So galed or gusted. Hang on. What about gusted? I think that might be right, because isn't something like uste or something like that? Usted. Well, there you go. Spanish for you is usted. G for good, then usted, and you get blue, gusted. Hooray. Now, how many of the... We've not had any of these for a while, and we're coming towards the end of the thing, which is concerning me. 29. One putting on airs by gathering rings. One putting on airs by gathering rings. 29. Yeah. Putting on airs. So if you put on airs, you make yourself be posher. But gathering rings. No, there's a question mark there. I think it's going to be a slightly funky clue, so I'm going to move on. And then finally, completely mastered nag after starting. Completely mastered nag After starting, okay. Yeah. Oh, that's a fun definition. 6, I think. I'll check them in a second, Catus. But it does mean that some shenanigan clues shenanigan to the same length of word. Go for 31. This is a very fun definition. The definition is completely mastered. If you nag someone, you tell them off. You scold them. But after starting, so looking at the word after the first letter, you get cold. And if you've got something down cold, absolutely, you've got it completely memorised. You know, on the back of your hand, you've completely mastered it. Got it down cold. So that's a very fun definition. So I like that. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we've identified 7 of the clues, 2 more to go. Okay, so this must be bash then. Make quite an impact on something. That's hit. That's bash. Your tree is ash. Can baby be? Can baby be? Baby love. Why would baby be? It can, like the Bay of Bay of Biscay, maybe, like bay in that sense. Map abbreviation, right, fine. Right, then we've got arpeggio. And then so we've got egg going into that. Don't know what's going on there, please don't tell me. Now, if this is brag, no, it's got to be breg then, because if this is a funky clue, it's got to have egg in it. So, no, it won't be. No, it's got to have egg in it. So, something. Craig. Fashion. Fashion turned round. GE something. Fashion. Style. Fashion. Oh, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I forgot that he wouldn't go there. Fashion, a craze, a fad. Needs to begin with G. If you fashion something, you create, of course. So you mould, you sculpt. You're in. That's in fashion would then be yeah. Ooh. Okay, what is the first letter of this 5-letter answer, please? Just what? Who ends with double G? E double G. Oh, okay. Hang on. Okay, so what if E double G? What if it's? Okay. Starts with E. Okay, so it could be. Okay. So if to fashion or fashion, it can be 4 letters ending in GE, and it's going to be turned around. It's going to be turned and around a G. So it's so second letter, please, which is going to be G. Who is this actress? Eggar. No, all the fashion, all the rage. Is there an Eggar? Eggar. In fashion, rage. Okay, there we go. So it's rage backwards around G. We know that it ends AR, but then what is going on here? Are these going to sort of hatch into birds or something? Don't know what's going on with this egg, but something is going on there. Navy occupying a transatlantic ship. Tina, Fina, Nina. Hang on, Nina. How about Nina? Because Navy can be N, and if you're occupying a, you're in a. Is there a transatlantic ship called a Nina? That feels like that could be a thing. It's not a thing. Bina, Sina, Dina, Ina, Fina, Gina, Hina, Dina, Mina. The Nina is one of Columbus's 3 ships. Okay, yeah. Fair enough. There we are. Canadian victor having 1-leg game. got to have egg in it. Okay. Oh, right. No. Just I can see an egg here. I want to stuff that egg in there. Victor is a winner. And I can sort of put winner. Ah. It's a Winnipeggian. A Winnipegger. There we go. It's a Winnipegger. And I'll just move that down there. It's a Winnipegger. That is your Canadian. And that's got an egg in it. So Winnie, and then the P should go in. But then yes, that's going to be Robin, isn't it? I think these are going to hatch into birds, but I'm not convinced yet. Something is fun. So this is called Wisecracks. So these eggs are cracking. Something funny is going on with 9 of this puzzle's clue answers. They take on a life of their own in the diagram. So Robin, maybe? It's not a word, but I will... No confirmation yet on this yet. 17 down. Sorry, 17 across, which is not common. Solitary state of net-connected Sunday school. Net-connected is on... So it's online, onliness. So it's online, S and S. S for Sunday, S for school. Love this word, I do not. Agreed. Onliness. It is not common. It is in the shorter Oxford English Dictionary, but not Chambers or Collins, the fact or condition of being alone or solitary. So it is correct. But yeah, sort of you want that to be loneliness, but they just sort of could be bothered to start with the L or then spell it correctly. Anyway, onliness. Actually, how is it? Also, one line. It's also spelled with an E between the N and the L there at the start.
Onliness.
Onliness. Sorry, it said onliness. Yeah. 25 across. Expressions of doubt about recent boosters. 25. I mean, boosters are also rocket, small seats for children. First letter, please, Hollow. Expressions of doubt. Ums, ers. There is an there. Wondering if this is a shenanigan clue. Okay. About recent. So if we had ers, then we'd have recent there. Next letter, please. Recent. Late. Elaters. So, yeah, if you're someone who boosts, you elate someone. So, elaters are people who boost. They are boosters. So, late, of late, recent, in ers, for expressions of doubt. There we go. Thank you. Next up, photographer's urge about the French saint. Oh, flipping heck. I think I'm going to come back to that one because it might be a particular photographer. Probably, well, we know it has egg in it. 35. Foulest dives opening on Jackson Street. Dives opening. I have a feeling this is a funky clue. On Jackson Street. I think this is a funky clue that's also 9 letters, though I haven't put them there. It's a baseballing Jackson, is it? Okay. Is there essentially, I want there to be an egg here because I can see a three-letter bird that starts and ends with T. So, may I have the name of the Jackson person? It's only a word that no one has ever used. Reggie. Okay. Oh, God. So, Dreggiest? So, Dreggiest becomes that. And we crack that into there. Okay, so there's one other clue that we've yet to identify as a shenanigan clue. Otherwise, we've identified all the shenanigan clues. Asked about hooter, like a cowpoke. Okay, so that could be egg. If that's an owl, that could actually be egg, couldn't it? So asked about hooter. So if you, it does have to start with a B. Bow-wowed, bow-leg. Hang on, bow-legged. Because, like a cowboy sitting aside a horse for quite some time, you might be slightly bandy-legged, slightly bow-legged. So, why is it asked about hooter? So begged about owl. There we go. Your eggs aren't bowl-shaped. So it's going to be bowl, but then another owl, ed. So we got bowl-old. So there we go. That's the last clue of all the shenanigan clues. So we now know all the others are normal. Here's a shenanigan clue. Perfect Key by German composer. Okay. If you perfect, you hone. Hone. And then a G would be a key. And then I need a German composer. And that's going... by German. Oh, it's just G-E-R. And that should give us the composer of Honegger, who I don't know, but that sounds entirely plausible. And there we go. So... Hone, H-O-Y, and now I need a pipette, maybe? Is that a bird? I think there's a bird called a pipette. No. Something IP, something T. A pipit. A mainly ground-dwelling songbird. A pipit. There we go. Aliens, parish, robar, wine sap, inert, or cedar. So Correggio, but I didn't know what was going on before. So C-O-R-R, probably ibis for the egg, and then I-O. There's your next bird. Indeed. It's a little bit disappointing that they also don't make real words. I mean, that would be blooming impossible for them to actually make real words, in my opinion, but it does make it harder. Heidegger... so there is the next bird. So this was arpeggio. So that is a bird. No, so it's that, and that's going to be a crow. Hen would be my current guess. Such a good guess. I'm actually going to put it in. 29. One putting on airs by Gathering Rings. Oh, I'm going to come back to that one. Oh, those are some eggs. Those are some excellent eggs. So Eggar becomes Aureola. Crowio. No, so that's just your bird there. Winnipegger. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What's the last one then? What haven't I done? 32, which is in here. Photographer's urge about the French saint. Well, there's so many French saints. Where it's ostrich. There's your bird. There's your bird. So it's egg blank E-S-T-O-N. So Eggleston, because that's the French le. So there must be a photographer called Eggleston. So if you urge, you egg on. So Egon, all about le and le for the French, and then Saint is st in this regard. Christopher Eggleton, the Ninth Doctor. Dear. Okay, so what haven't I done? What clues have I not done? I don't know. It's just that. Oh, it's just this last one then. One putting on airs by gathering rings. Loser, hoser, poser. Yeah, poser. Hang on. By gathering rings. If you're putting on airs, you're posing. By gathering rings. I sort of wanted it to be Frodo or Gollum. Oh, nice. I forgot that, rings can be OS, can't it? So a ring is an O. So rings, got any O's, is OS, and then per is by. And there we go. Something funny is going on. We've got eggs, 8 eggs that are hatching into birds, crow, oriole, robin, pipit, owl, ibis, hen, ostrich, and tit. They do not make real words in the grid. I wish they'd told us that at the start. It's a little bit disappointing. But EGG, Arch Everson, that is... what was the name of the game? It was Wisecracks by Hex. Huzzah!